talk about Jez, because that's what we were all talking about, OK? So it was well documented. You went in there, you said you had a boyfriend, Sam Rees, you loved him, you were probably going to marry him. And then we saw this relationship building with Jeremy, or Jez, as he became known. And it became very apparent that the two of you couldn't keep apart.
Yeah. I'm seeing him later on today. He's flying over, which is really exciting. I can't wait.
Aww.
And we're just going to talk about things. And obviously it's hard because I feel like everyone's got an opinion, whether we've got to get married or we've got to break up, or, you know, who knows what's going to happen in the future. But right now, you know, I found someone that... I can't believe I found someone that actually loves me. Like, I can't believe it.
Why do you have so low self-esteem, such lowest... because that sentence was very telling when you said, I can't believe I've found someone that loves me. Is that because deep down you think you're repulsive, that no one would love you?
You
know, that you don't rate yourself?
Yeah, it's been a lot to do with that. A few years ago, I had, like, not a lot of self-worth in myself, and didn't really believe myself, and was going through a really bad time and took advantage of a lot. I never really had anyone who really loved me for me, and it all got too much and I got really depressed, and I don't want to get upset, I don't want to get upset, and I ended up taking an overdose, and thinking I can't see myself getting out of this anymore.
Is that because you felt that there was someone in your life that made you feel like that?
Yeah, and it was really, really tough, and it took me a lot to... You know, I think after that, I stayed with some stuff because I thought that's what I deserved when it wasn't. And then now I've realised I deserve a lot more. I know it was bad with Jez, but he was the first person to ever just love me for being me, and not just that, give me the belief back in myself that I've not had for a long time. And
you're very angry, aren't you? I mean, what we saw in the Big Brother house was a lot of swearing, a lot of anger. I mean, where does all that come from? It's like you're on a
probably from that
crash course. Is this part of rebelling against what you've gone through?
Do you know what? It wasn't. It was frustration, and I had a lot of time to think in the house. And I got angry with the whole situation. I got angry that I stayed with Sam, and that I've you know, paying for everything and not having, just being taken advantage of, really, not really being loved for me.
It's such a bad place to be in when it's got so bad that you feel you don't want to be here anymore. Were your family aware of what was going on? Did they support you through that? You know, what got you to such rock bottom?
That was to do with someone at the time, but it was me and how I felt too, and I was obviously depressed, and I've never had... Everyone always says you're confident, but actually deep down in myself I've not got that much.
So did someone find you? Did you phone your parents or something? How did they get you to hospital?
So I took it at home, and I lived on my own, but I kind of I didn't have anyone there at the time, and then I panicked afterwards, so I called an ambulance, but then I couldn't see, and I don't remember what happened. And then it was this is why I'm happy being now, because the hard part was when I realised that I was all right and wanted to be here, then they were like, well, you could be in organ failure, so that you still might. And I just was so frustrated and angry with myself. And, I'm sorry.
I want to know if you saw a counsellor after that, and if you still see a counsellor now, because it sounds to me like you still need to work out.
Do you know what? Honestly, thank you to Celebrity Big Brother. I'm really at peace with myself. I've never felt so content. I said before coming on, why am I so calm? This is not like me. And, you know, Jez has had a big part of making me realise myself and loving myself again.
You know, of having all that time to think about everything and put it into perspective while you're in... Because that's all there is to do, really, in there, isn't there?
It just makes me want to be a better me.
So do you still have counselling now, then?
No, I did up until a few months ago. I suffered with panic attacks and stuff, but I've not... I had one in the Big Brother house, but I've not had any, like, really bad for a while. And I've honestly... Celebrity Big Brother, although it was hard and you've seen, like, everything I went in there, and that was only an hour out of the 24 hours a day, I'm just so proud of myself that I've seen it through. I came out the other side and I've remained true to myself. And I came second. I can't believe it.
We saw you every time there was a nomination. The boos every time they mentioned your name, and that must have been very hard.
Yeah.
So why do you think people were booing, and yet people were obviously still voting for you, and you came second?
Because I wasn't being honest with myself. I'm just so worried to hurt anyone. I'd just rather hurt myself. And then when I was watching it, I've watched a little bit back and I'm like, just say it. Like, the only person that was in denial was me, I think. I think everybody else knew. And it was just me, like, trying to pretend it wasn't happening. And in the end, I couldn't fight it anymore. And I realised, like, that's the type of bloke you do want to be with.
Have you seen Sam? Have you finished it with him, or were you just assuming that he watched that and he knows that it's over?
He knew, like, I knew he cheated on me time and time again, and I decided to stay with him only because of the fact, I think, because I went through in my past, I couldn't leave, and he'd say, do stupid things.
I mean, obviously, he might have another story. He's not here. That's your side of the story. I didn't want to, kind of talk about him so much, but that relationship is definitely over, and you are with Jeremy now.
Yes, definitely over.